Okay, so this is episode 2 of Destined Desires, and today I have my first guest. Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you for having me. My name is Ramel Nerwels, the young mogul, 27 years old now. I keep saying 26. I just turned 27. Born and raised Brooklyn, New York. Business professional, entrepreneur,
That's
author,
right.
aspiring mogul. I'm just excited to be here. It's the first
Yes.
episode. We're going to kick it off the right way.
Yes. Okay, so all right, so this is my first episode with the guest, and so I segmented it like, tell us about yourself. Tell us, like, a little bit of how you were raised and, how did that inspire you to, like, where you are now?
I no doubt. So yeah, as I stated, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So we know growing up in the hood in Brooklyn, everybody just want to be the best dressed. You want to be the flyest. You want to have the most girls. So I always grew up with that competitive nature in me, and that inspired my entrepreneurship spirit. My dad, he was a correction officer. He worked 25 years, retired with a pension. But he always told me never settle for that because a job stands for just over broke.
I
And my
like
mom,
that.
she was an entrepreneur, so I had the best of both worlds. She owned her own production company, so I seen always come through with the fly Louis Vuitton custom made boots, the jewelry on, the nice
Nice.
Explorer Jeep, and I was inspired by that. So I seen entrepreneurship around me. I just didn't know how to put the pieces together. So as I maneuvered throughout, my years, I got into a little bit of trouble here and there, just dabbling into, little illegal activities. And
Right.
I played basketball. I started rapping. I was doing everything you could think of in the hood. Like when we grew up in the hood, it's either we rap, we trap, or we play ball. So that was my life, right?
Right.
And at some point, I realized, why is this the only opportunities in my hood? Why we only subject ourselves to those three things? And that's when I set that goal to become an entrepreneur, so that I can be in a position to provide opportunity to my community. So back in I was 2 years ago, 25 years old, I got my first introduction into real estate.
Ooh, yeah, tell us
So
about that. Yes, because
I
I know
acquired
that's a
my
lot.
first brownstone in Brooklyn. It's a $1.2 million brownstone. And from there, that's when I pretty much kicked off my career. I used some of that money to purchase a commercial cleaning franchise that I also own.
Yes.
Opened up my nonprofit organization called the Mogul Foundation.
Yes.
Started my credit repair company and just pretty much start hitting the ground running from there. So that's pretty much my story in a nutshell. I could go on and on and on, but
Right. No, I mean,
that's where
that's a
we
good thing.
at.
I want you to. I want you, and hopefully I could, I know you're not going to be able to answer all questions today, but hopefully I could have you come back and answer more. But
Absolutely.
I know, all right, so you say you are a CEO, you have the cleaning company, you have the Mogul Home Solutions, and you have you're an executive director.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, how do you manage being a CEO for all these companies? Like, how do you manage this?
It's tough. It's really, really tough. And I pretty much built up a schedule for myself. I'm really like disciplined with my time. A lot of people may reach out. They want me to do things, and I'm like, bro, let me check my calendar. And they be
Right, me
mad.
trying to reach you. I'm like,
Like, yo, bro, are you Hollywood up? Nah, I really got to check my calendar. I really have to be disciplined with my time. So that's one aspect of it. And then the other part is just having the right people around you. So a couple
support.
years ago when I first started, it was just me doing this by myself. But it is a concept that I built. One of my mentors told me is knowledge plus credibility equals influence. So I built the knowledge around real estate, around credit, around being a true professional. And then I started to gain credibility around the people that was in my circle. They started to see I knew what I was talking about. I was living it. I was doing it.
Right.
And then from that, I built influence. So the people around me started to be inspired and wanted to be around me and just work for free. And that's how I started to gather my friends and say, yo, listen, this is the vision. I remember I had a presentation, and back in my brother's apartment in the basement, and I put together a nice deck, and I'm like, yo, this is where we want to go 10 to 15 years from now, and, just starting to have the right pieces together and build the systems, and this is where I'm at.
Right, and look at you now. I'm so proud of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm so proud. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, and you also graduated. Can you tell us about your past life where you graduated from?
Yeah. So that's another component that I love to express because a lot of people think that college is a scam or is not the way to go. And I'm a first generation college graduate, college student.
Me too.
First one in my family to make it out of my friends to make it away to school. And that's really what was the game changer for me. When I went away to school, I started to see so many other people from different communities. They was worried about good credit, how much cash you have saved, what's your career plans. And that was opposite from what I come from in the hood, where I'm wearing Burberry, Louis, Gucci, Prada.
I remember,
You
yeah.
feel me? I'm all about that. And nobody cared about that in college. They're like, all right, I don't even know what you're wearing. And that's when I started to wake up and think, hold on, like something is wrong here. And that's when I started to do my research and learn and, really dive into what's really important, and it's really building your credit, setting up a financial foundation. So I went to University of Albany, one of the top business schools in the Northeast region. That's the reason why I went there. And it was a good experience for me. I loved it. It really made me a man, because that's when you go away to school, that's your first opportunity to be on your own. You don't have mommy, daddy, anybody around you that's going to help you and make decisions for you. So even down to when you're going to get your next meal, like you have to make those small decisions. When you're going to get your next paycheck, how you going to buy your books, how you going to survive. And that's what, built me as a young man. And I graduated my bachelor's in business management, minor in communications. And from there, I was offered a full-time job working for Pepsi Beverages Company.
Nice.
And I leveraged my corporate career with my background in, business to ultimately bridge the gap and build my business and go into entrepreneurship.
Right, nice. So do you feel like the things that you learned in your classes, do you apply that to life now?
Yeah, that's a good question. A little bit of both, right? So for me, I look at college more so for the experience
And networking.
And the network. Understand that you're just a number. It's thousands of kids. It's 16,000 kids on the campus. What are you gonna do to separate yourself from everybody else? Like a lot of people go to class and they just sit there. But are you going to after hours and sitting with the teacher? Are you going to the teacher to get extracurricular activities or learning and things like that? Like, are you joining clubs? Are you really being active? Are you putting yourself out there? So that was one component of it. And then I also learned in the classroom, like one of my favorite professors, he always used to talk about entrepreneurship. And it was one, it stuck with me to this day. He always say, listen, if you can't write it down, you don't know what you're talking about. And that stuck with me forever, because he always used to make us write down our marketing plan, write down our business plan. You have ideas. If you can't formulate it in actual sentences, it means nothing, because we can always talk about our ideas. Everybody come to you like, yo, bro, hey, I got this great idea, but can you write it down? If you can't do that, then you don't know what you're talking about.
So true.
So a lot of those concepts is stuck with me. So it's a little bit of both experience and then actually like the information.
Nice. That's so true with the writing everything down. Like I feel like a pen and paper, like those are your first tools that you need,
Facts. That's a fact.
So now, because you're such a busy guy and you have like a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I heard that from somewhere, like, was that from you guys? I don't know. I heard it from somewhere where like, you can't complain when you have a lot of things on your plate.
Yeah.
Because
I posted that on
yes.
Instagram. I was
Go
talking
ahead,
about
tell us that. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. So this is a quote that I hold to me dearly and tight, because it's really true. And it says, you can't complain when your plate is full when you ask God to eat.
You hear that?
And when things like, for me, I'll be honest with you, for the last month or so, it's been really, really tough for me in my business, because as I'm growing my business, I'm getting more clientele, and I haven't had the systems in place to service that amount of clients. So now I'm, chasing my tail, trying to figure it out. This property that I've been working on for the last 6 months, I'm trying to get a closing date. There's a lot of things that come up. Mortgage company need a bunch of documents and repairs, construct. A lot of things that's happening in all parts of my business. I'm also producing a TV series. So
right, I see. Congrats. Yes.
That's big. And everything started to weigh down on me. And I found myself in a depressive state, like, damn, things are not going right. Good thing I have right people around, like my girl. I had a conversation with my girl, and she was just telling me, like, listen, this is what you prayed for. You asked for this. Like,
right.
You wish people could own real estate. You own homes. You wish people can be producing a TV series. So if you ask for these things, you got to be ready for it. And that's when I started to play the old music back when in 2012, when I didn't have all these things. I'm listening to that type of music, getting me back in the grind, get me back in that state. Like, listen, let me tighten up my shoes. Let me get right back into it.
Right.
And keep me motivated no matter what.
Oh, motivated no matter what. So regardless of the struggle, like, there's a better outcome on the other side.
That's a fact.
What is Unlocking the Boss Code? What is this about? Tell us about this.
So I am an author. This is the first book that I've released in March of 2019. It's called Unlocking the Boss Code.
Unlocking the Boss Code.
And it's 5 steps on how you could truly become a boss. And a lot of people, they see Diddy, Jay-Z, they see all these entrepreneurs and they want the glitz and the glamour. The glitz and the glamour, but they don't understand that there's a side B to that, which is hard work, which is stress, sacrifice. Are you willing to go broke for your vision? Are you willing to sacrifice sleep? Are you willing to sacrifice friends, family?
Right.
Like, do you have that mindset? That's where it starts at. A lot of people think it starts with money, but it starts with the mind. Because I could drop $1 million in your hand, but if you don't even know how to move with it, you'll lose it all.
Right.
So in this book, I pretty much break it down 5 steps that I utilized in my journey to really build that mindset to truly become a boss. And the acronym for boss is building opportunities, serving society. Because it's not about me.
I like that.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm about providing opportunity. I know that at some point I'm gonna leave this place. I'm gonna expire. I'm gonna die. But I want to build something, build a legacy that with I don't have kids yet, but when I do have kids, or my nieces, my nephews, my community, they're gonna be able to reap those benefits. I'm building opportunities. I'm serving society. Entrepreneurs, we provide value.
Right.
That's all it's about. Anytime when you're in business, it's about what can you do to service your client, service your customer, and then when you provide that value, you get that money. It come to you, it chase you, it follow you.
Right.
So
Nice.
that's what it's about. That's in this book. Make sure you go cop that.
Right.
It's on
Where can they
Amazon.
go? Right. There we go. Exactly.
You can go on Amazon and type in Unlocking the Boss Code by Ramel Nerwels, or you can go on my website, email. We'll get it shipped out to you. And
tell us your
listen.
Instagram. Your Instagram.
My Instagram is Mogul Lifestyle.
Okay.
MOGULLIFESTYLE_.
There you go.
You go on my website, mogulhomesolutions.com, mogulfoundation.org, YouTube, subscribe, Mogul Elite Club. That's where I'm at, dropping all the free gems on real estate, business, credit, motivation, everything. You can find it there.
Thank you. Yes. So now, because we have some background, we're gonna go into our next segment.
Yes,
I have a cup. Let me just get it. Hold on. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. So I have. Look at me, so unprepared. I forgot to put this on the table.
It's all good.
So I have my Destined Desires, like little cup bowl, whatever you want to call
I
this.
like it.
Yes. So this is where I kind of got this from Jada Pinkett Smith, where you could just randomly pick up a paper and just have to, well, you don't have to do anything but, pay taxes. But you could just, right, exactly. Yeah. You could just, if you would like to answer the question, and just.
All right, so I just grab anything?
Grab anything.
All right, gold. I'm a king. I like gold.
There you go.
All right.
Sorry for like the kindergarten,
Nah, this is fun. I like this.
Thank you.
I like this type of communication because we lost this with social media. We don't have this type of interaction, so I'm all for
it. Thanks.
What is one change one should make right now to get closer to success? Damn, that's good. One change one should make to get closer to success. It all depends on where you at in life, and you have to figure out like what's holding you back the most. So for me, I know that like I like to drink, I like to go out, I like to party.
Right, turn up.
Turn up. Like, I'm a Henny boy. You from Brooklyn, but if I'm spending $35 on a bottle of Henny every weekend, you add that up times every 4 weeks, times every month. Like that's something I gotta cut off. So that's one thing I would tell people. Like find out what is a bad habit that you may have that's holding you back. And you may be spending $20 a day on a bag of weed. You high, but is that putting you in place? You save that up. It's gonna help you get your LLC. That might help you pay to get your logo. You never know. Put you on a platform. Like it starts very small.
Okay.
That's a really good question.
And I know you were saying you don't even know, like, and I feel like sometimes you probably answer the questions before, because you said your mind.
Yeah.
That's the,
It's the mindset. It's the mindset, honestly. Like, if you don't have that mindset, you can't go nowhere.
Okay.
In life.
You heard everybody?
Yeah.
Bad habits. No, that's true. You have to know. You have to know you have bad habits first.
Facts.
Realizing. So it's still realizing, Go ahead, pick another one.
Self-awareness is key.
Self-awareness, yes.
All right, so what's this one? Which obstacles did you face while trying to achieve your success? Damn.
Story time.
Wow.
Or you don't
so
have to
I'll tell you like my first deal. It was tough for me, right? Like The property that I purchased, it cost $600,000. I paid $600,000 for it. It was worth 1.2. So I got it for half price. But coming out of college, I was only making $52,000 a year at that time. My credit wasn't the best. I had like $20,000 saved up, which was a decent amount of money, but it wasn't enough to get me to be approved for a mortgage of that magnitude. And I went through loops and hoops to try to get that money. I called up family, friends, like, yo, bro, I got this big opportunity. We buy this property. We put it on the market for 1.2. We doubling our profit. You getting the percentage. Let's get this. Nobody had money. Nobody had opportunity. But I'm seeing everybody going and financing new cars. A lot of people spending money in the club. And I'm like, bro, what happened? And I'm not going to say no names, but a family member of mine.
No names.
A family member of mine told me that I was over my head. Like, yo, this is too big for you. You jumping too far. And, like, start small. And I felt like I hit rock bottom because I wasn't able to get it. I wasn't able to get approved for the mortgage, you know. So, but I wasn't going to stop.
Right.
And, you know, I did whatever I could, and I ended up connecting with a mentor, which was a friend of my dad's. You know, she worked in the real estate business for like 35 years. She's old enough to be my grandmother. And
wow.
I walked into her office and I said, I need help. I'm starving. I'm out here. I want to, you know, get to the top.
Or I want to eat.
Yeah. I brought the deal. The numbers made sense. And she's like, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to take you to where you need to be. And we found an equity partner. So, like, it's somebody that has money, but you have to basically help partner with them on a deal. They have to have equity in the deal.
Right.
So I didn't like it at first because I'm like, it's my deal. Why would y'all let somebody get a percentage of that? But, you know, at the end of the day, you can't worry about how much anybody else making. Just worry about what you making because you got to know what you bring to the table. And, you know, we end up getting a deal done, and that was my first deal. I made 6 figures on that deal, and I was able to just continue to kick off from there. But my next property and going. So to answer that question, I would say the obstacles is doubt. You know, I had family and friends that doubted me. They told me that it was over my head. I had obstacles of not being financially stable at that time. I'm out of college. Nobody come out of college with all that type of money to get that. So, you know, just don't let nobody ever tell you what you can't do, man. That's everybody's obstacle.
True.
So that's my biggest one.
And I have 2 things. So you said the mentor, like where, I know you said that's your father's friend and whatnot, but where would you recommend for a person that doesn't have, you know, anybody, where would you recommend them to find a mentor?
Listen, we have social media nowadays.
That's true.
There's no excuse. I tell all my guys every time we have a meeting, I say, why y'all not building a brand? Why y'all not leveraging these people that's on social media? You can hit at a click of a button. People throwing flyers up, they're going to be at certain places. Go there. Are you paying to go and be around these people? People have workshops all the time. It might cost a couple grand, but are you willing to invest in order to get around certain people that's going to help take you to the next level? I done paid thousands of dollars to have mentors mentor me. And I've made my money tenfold because knowledge is something that's just powerful. And if you go and apply it, you can make that money back. So I would definitely say social media, networking events, you know, asking questions too. Like my dad, that was just an old friend of his that helped him get an apartment when he was he was young. That was the first apartment he got when we just came out the house, me and my brother. I'm a twin, you know that, me and my brother. So he had to dig deep into his phone book to find somebody that just helped him get an apartment.
Wow.
And then that person was essentially the person that helped me get my first deal. So the mentor could be right in front of you.
And you won't even know it.
Right in front of you. You don't even know it. And that's one thing I want to say, too, in our community. We never want to take advice from somebody that's just like look just like us or that's in the same community as us. Because they think, oh, what you know better than me? You look just like me. Right. You just working with me, or you doing like you never know. So anybody can have some information that you don't have. You can have information that I don't have. I have information that you don't have. Let's exchange that. You can be my mentor in fitness. You know, you out here doing your thing. I know I'll be watching. I see it. I don't have a podcast. You just, built your own podcast. You can mentor me in that. I can mentor you in credit, real estate, business.
That's
everything. What it's about.
Literally.
Everybody, be in their own way. Everybody got pride.
Right. Oh, so, pride. You got to put the pride to the side. Yeah. And another question, you said a lot of people doubted you. Have you ever doubted yourself? Because I know I have, especially with starting this and,
Say the truth. Mm-hmm. I never doubted myself. I never doubted myself. At times I felt like upset that things wasn't working my way, but something in me, I just know I'm gonna be a star. Like
Okay.
I always knew at a young age that I'm gonna be a star. When I was young, my nickname was Knowledge. Like my brother, my sister, my mom, they used to always call me Knowledge because I was always spelling bees, but pronouncing all the words. Like, yo, you gonna be great. And I knew I was gonna be great. So I never like anybody tell me I can't do something. I'm just gonna show you that I could.
Right. Prove them wrong.
That's just it. People might say it's cocky. I don't know. I just feel like I'm unstoppable. No matter what, I'm gonna get to it and make it happen.
And you should, because that's funny. Like I said, I kind of like doubted myself, doing this or whatnot. But then it's like, why am I doubting myself? Like if I doubt myself, then other people are gonna doubt me, and they're not gonna believe in me. So I have to believe in myself, first.
You have to believe in yourself first. Like my name is the Young Mogul. I announced myself as the Young Mogul, and now I got people calling me, yo, Young Mogul, Young Mogul. Now, I'm not a mogul yet, but in my mind, I am.
Right.
Like, I walk around, you see me, I wore a suit today.
Right. But I mean, you always wear suits, don't you?
I always wear suits, but that's because I'm representing myself as a businessman. I'm a mogul. In my mind, I gotta believe that,
right?
So that everybody out there in the community and the world could believe that as well,
right?
So that's it.
I have to change up my dressing because look at me, looking like he owned the podcast, like I'm looking like I'm the guest, like okay, now I have to.
This is you right here.
No. But this is like you said, learning, like even just looking like okay, presentation. I want big hoop. I want it to be taken more serious, so I know like. I have to change certain things and I have to even speak differently and whatnot, Yeah. But I'm learning. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
You're going in the right direction. Like, as long as you try every single day, you're going to learn every single day.
Thank you. Here, pick another one. It's about you.
Yeah. What was the hardest decision you had to make? Sheesh. Where did you get these from?
Man, listen, like you said, write it down. I just wrote all these questions down one day.
Where did you get these from? Wow. The hardest decision I ever had to make. So this is another quote that I put on Instagram, and it's really the truth. One of the hardest decisions you ever have to make is to walk away or to try harder. And that's anything in life. You could be in a relationship. The relationship could be at a real bad point. Are you going to try harder to make it work, or are you just gonna walk away? That's a decision you have to make. Walking away might be better. Trying harder might be better. You don't know, but that's why it's so hard to make. And I had to make that in business as well because I felt that way when I started real estate. 2 years in, I'm spending a bunch of money. I'm grinding, and I'm not getting to where I need to be. So I'm like, am I gonna walk away, or am I gonna try harder? And that's a hard decision. So
right.
That's the hardest decision I had to make.
Right. I don't even know if you saw like, we all up, know memes or whatnot. It was a meme and it was like I don't know if it was a bunny trying to pull out the carrot, but like the leaf, the top of the carrot, the leaf, one of the bunnies, the leaf was big, but then in the soil they had a small ass carrot. But then it was the bunny next to it that had a small leaf, and under the soil was a big ass carrot. So it's like you never know.
That's a fact.
Don't walk away, because once you get that, it's like, oh shit, wow, came this far.
That could be your win right there.
Right. Again. Let's go. Got some questions. Look, it's what coming apart.
$1 million or 1 million friends.
I was glad you was gonna pick that one too. I hope.
That's a good question.
Because you were saying something about if I gave you $1 million right now in your hand, where you gonna spend it? So I'm happy you picked that question.
$1 million or 1 million friends. Damn. Damn. Oh man, that's a really good question.
You could take your time.
1 million? I don't know. I'm gonna do the $1 million.
Yeah?
I don't need 1 million.
All right, tell
friends.
us why. Tell us why.
I don't need 1 million friends because it's not about quantity for me as far as like friends and the people that's around me. I want quality. Like, I can have 5 real friends around me, and those are the people that's like really pouring into me, getting me where I need to be, and we build up. We change the world together. Because I've been around like 30, 40 people. We going to the club, and then everything go down, and like only one person there, 2 people there. Like I've been there, like starting a business, everybody together, but when you start really moving, you don't see nobody. So give me the 1 million, and then I'm gonna ride out with the few people around me. I'm good with that.
No, you're right. And then I remember you were saying like starting up, it wasn't a lot of people that supported you. So it's like, why would you have 1 million friends and you don't even think 1 million of them are going to support you?
Exactly.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Keep this going. That was a good question.
Hold a time out. Just once again, I just have to thank my girl Jada Pinkett Smith because this is where I got her idea from. Red Table Talk. This is where, and at the end when this is where I got the idea from.
This is good. I like how you giving credit though.
Because a lot of
you be surprised people out here these days. They take stuff and don't give credit. So that you always got to give respect.
Don't sue me. Give it credit.
What time to wake up? What time do you wake up to start the day? Yeah, 6 a.m. I'm up 6 a.m. every day.
Do you like meditate before you before you start your day or whatnot?
I lay in the bed before when I get up. I just pray as I'm still laying in the bed. Just pray that I'm up. Give me the energy to go out there and just attack and be successful and just put everything on the line. Like I got breath in my body. I got energy in my body. I'm gonna put it all on the line every single day.
Right.
So that's the time I wake up.
What time do you go to sleep? Or does it vary?
If I go to bed like 10:30.
Okay.
I'm an early sleeper.
Because you gotta get up early.
I gotta get up early. I'm not a night owl at all.
There you go.
I gotta get my sleep.
Do you drink coffee? How do you get your energy?
I used to drink coffee. I be just running off energy in my body. Honestly, anytime I have anything like big going on, like an event to speak at or a big meeting or a big appointment, I can't eat. Like I be running off of just straight energy in my body. I'm just all excited and worked up. So that's just it.
Right.
Like, I just eat regular.
And I see you guys are going to Rutgers University to speak. Are you excited about that?
I'm super excited about that. So that's the Young and Wealthy tour. Me and my partner Isaac Grace, the Millennial Hope Dealer. So he does real estate at an all-time high. He does wholesaling real estate.
Nice.
So wholesaling real estate is essentially you just the middleman. You find the good deals and then you sell them off for a fee.
Right.
So he been killing it. He grew a $900,000 business,
wow.
in 1 year. So he my partner, and we gonna be going hitting the university. So last year we did our first tour, which was, Young and Wealthy Part 1, and we had workshops all throughout the tri-state. New York, Philly, Jersey, Connecticut. Those are the states that we hit. We just had multiple workshops throughout that, and we killed it and financially empowered over 300 millennials. Wow. This year, we said we want to target the millennials even more. What better way to find millennials than the college campuses? That's where they at. We can find thousands of millennials in one spot. So that's what we said. All right, we're going to put together this college tour. So right now, we have 12 universities so far that we hitting, throughout September, October, and going into early November. Okay. Rutgers is the first university, and we pretty much giving them the blueprint to cashing out and beating the college trap. So when I say college trap, a lot of people are like, what? College trap? Like, when we talk about college trap, I mean the bad financial habits that you learn while you're in college. So like they throw us all these credit cards. We getting them in the mail. We burning down our credit. We maxing out. But who taught us about credit in college?
Right.
Do we have credit courses in college?
Nope.
At all. So that's a trap. We get refund checks. We get all these loans. They're giving us money, but are they teaching us how to use money?
Right.
Like, how are they really teaching us how money works?
Not at all.
That's the trap. You get all this student loan debt, it's guaranteed. You have to pay your student loan debt.
Well, they coming for you.
But you don't have a guaranteed career that's going to help you pay that back. Like it's a chance that you might get a good job. And what's the percentage of the graduates that actually have a career in the field that they went to school for? So that's why I call it the trap. Now, that's the only part about it. Other than that, if you understand money, if you understand how to strategically go to college and still build your credit up, use your refund checks, stack them, put down a down payment, go get a nice little property, rent it out to your roommates. Now you collecting money and you have money coming in so that if you don't get the career you're looking for, you're still able to pay your student loans.
Right.
And if you do, you become a lawyer, right? You going to school to become a lawyer. How about you have the entrepreneurship mindset on building your own, getting your own firm, not just going and joining somebody else's. So that's pretty much what we're targeting the millennials to give them that game, give them that mindset, understand, listen, we got to understand money.
Right.
We got to understand how to beat the trap.
For real, because it's hard. It's so hard. Like, yeah. But at least, where were you when, where were you guys when when we were in school?
I had to go through it.
That's
true.
The
thing.
Experience.
Like, nobody told us this. Mm-hmm. Like, luckily for me, my dad, he burned down his credit. Like, because nobody told him. He couldn't borrow a sandwich from Subway if he wanted to. His credit was shot. But his lessons was my learnings, So he always told me from young, yo, get a secure credit card, start, making your payments on time, build your credit while I was in college.
Wow.
So I already had the basics of it. And while I was in college taking classes, I invested in an online real estate school called the J. Morrison Academy. And J. Morrison is one of my mentors. So while I'm in class, I'm also paying $97 a month for this real estate course as a broke college kid. But I felt it was a necessity for me to further my education outside of what, they was teaching me in the classroom.
Right.
So that's how I also learned about credit, but I didn't master it. At this point, I've mastered it. So now, like, yo, listen, if I could go save thousands of other millennials like me, that's what I'm going to do, because I wish I would have knew a little bit more.
Right.
And nobody can teach us this, so.
Nobody.
You're
here to teach us, so
Facts.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah. And also, I don't know if you know, because I know you pull into colleges, but I want to shout out to my girl, Zenobia Slade, because she told me about this. You know how they have in public schools, they have like different people coming in, like they teach about sex, they teach about college. You could be a vendor and you could actually sign up your business or with many of the businesses that you have, and you could register with the Department of Education and they'll pay you. So you could go to different public schools. Now you're not just getting college students, you're going down to the younger, like getting them while they're really young. So this is embedded. So by the time they get to college, they already owning property and shit. So I'm gonna definitely send you the information, but definitely, we need the younger generation too.
Yeah. Now I appreciate that. I'm working on that. I had like knowledge, about that, but I definitely would appreciate the information and the contact, because like through my nonprofit, the Mogul Foundation. So that's my nonprofit, and we strive to teach, train, and mentor young, promising individuals on how to become true entrepreneurs and like dreamers, and how to make their dreams become reality.
Okay.
So Mogul stands for Men of Good Understanding Leadership. And the reason why I named it those acronyms, because traditionally a mogul is somebody that's powerful, dominant in a particular industry. So, music, hip hop, you think about Jay-Z, Diddy, real estate, you hear all these guys. So for me, it's like, all right, you're a mogul, you have all this money, power, but how do you use that to influence and create other people, other moguls and stuff like that? So that's what, as I strive and become a mogul in my own right, I'm also, striving to help and bring other people along. So, that's part of my path, so that I can get partnered with the Department of Education, and we could put programs in place in these schools.
Yes.
So I want to share this with you. I don't like to share this with the world because this is in my mind.
I
want to share this with you,
okay,
though, because I feel at home. But my ultimate goal in life is to build a recreation center in my hood, in my hometown in Brooklyn.
Just one? What about a couple?
Of course, a couple, but I gotta get to that one. But
like...
it's not the typical recreation center.
Okay.
It's gonna be financial literacy based. So instead of them just teaching them, it's gonna be more activity based. So we play games and we do activities, but it's surrounding. So for example, when you play Monopoly, we played Monopoly growing up, but nobody really taught us that Monopoly is real life.
Shit, right?
You know what I mean?
Real shit.
4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. That's really how life goes. Like real wealthy people in real estate, you buy 4 greenhouses, small houses, cash them in, and go get something big. Do it again, cash them in, go get something big. So we're going to play the game, but I'm going to teach you how we do this in real life.
Smart.
And we just continue to pull it together in all type of ways.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I've played that game so many times when I was younger, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together, like, yo, this is how it's supposed to, or this is how wealthy, like, wow. And if you don't pay your taxes, you're in jail.
Exactly.
Like, yo, wow.
It's real life, and a lot of this coming like subliminal messages, but we got to pay attention.
Okay.
And we need to do our research. And we talk about they coming back and kicking us out of the hood, but we should have seen this a long time ago. You could go online and you could Google urban development, and you can see what's going to happen in your community 5, 10, 15 years from
before, right?
We not doing that, but when it happens, we are, what's going? Be proactive,
right?
Get the information,
right? It's funny you said that, because I'm gonna save this for a podcast when I talk about apartments or whatnot, but like renting, not owning, like renting. Yeah. But it's like they don't tell you like to join community boards, because they talk about education, they talk about the up and coming around your neighborhood, and it's like, yo, like you could get a lot of incentives for just being a board member, but people don't know that, So guys, you could Google whatever you live and Google your community or whatnot, and I think I'm like on Bronx Community Board 1 or some shit. I don't know.
Listen, you get on the board.
And you could be on the board where you work. So it's not only where you live, but you can also know what's going on where you work.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, we dropping them gems. This is what it's about. And I just want to commend you. And this is the first episode, so I'm making history.
Right,
for
real.
Episode.
Like
I'm excited. First guest.
Yes, first guest.
It's not the first episode, first guest. But I'm excited. I'm making history. But I do want to commend you for putting together this platforms for me to even discuss these opportunities and this information, because we got to control our own narrative. We got to control our own media. We can't rely on the news, CNN, and all this stuff to talk about the things that we need to hear.
Right.
So by you creating this podcast, it's just putting together an opportunity to get this message out. So I can't wait to see how big it's going to be.
Thank you. Me neither. And thank you too, because I'm like, yo, like, I'm looking for people to interview, and you know, Sabrina's at my house. She's like, yo, girl, hit it right now. Yeah. You know how Sabrina is. Girl, I'm like, you know what, you're right. And I'm like, nah, but he's busy. He's not going to take the time. But then I'm like, you know, oh shit, he wrote back. Like,
listen. I'm going to make the time to help and inspire. I'm super, super dope. We come from the bottom. Right. We work together. Century 21. Century 21. Packing bags. Like, before real estate, I was packing bags in a red apron at Century 21. You know that. So I'm always going to take time and make sure that I put myself where I need to be to help and take advantage of opportunity. That's what we do.
Thank you.
So don't ever feel like that. I'm busy,
I
but
appreciate it.
I make time for the people that matter.
Thank you, because you helping me make history by you reposting my stuff. We help each other.
Facts.
That's what it's about.
That's a fact.
Oh, we got some more time. Come on, let's go.
Oh, let's keep this thing.
Yeah, let's keep this.
They're gonna have to kick us out of here.
Soon.
Real Brooklyn in the house. Did you ever have a down moment or moments in your life where you felt like giving up? Sheesh. You gonna make me get too deep in this mofo.
I mean, that's the point. I mean, you don't have to, wherever you feel comfortable.
Listen, I'm comfortable. I told you, this is family right here. So the point where I felt down the most, like, my mother and my grandmother passed away. My mother passed away, and this is in my book. Anybody who bought my book know this story. But
Unlocking the Boss Code, where we can find it at Amazon.
Go on Amazon. You can go on my website, mogulhomesolutions.com, and email us, and we'll better ship you a copy out.
Definitely.
But the most down moment that I had is my mother passed away when I was 12, and my grandmother is the one who told me that my mother passed away. But when my grandmother told me, she said, I knew something was wrong, because she pulled me in the bathroom and she said, "You always gonna have me. Like, you know I'm always gonna be there for you." I'm like, "Grandma, why you telling me this? Like, what's going on?" And then she said, "Yeah, your mother passed away, but you always gonna have me." And myself at 12 years old, I believed my grandmother. When she told me that, I really believed that I'm always gonna have her. Like, this happened to me, but that was her saying it was like some type of comfort for me.
Right.
And she passed away 2 years later when I was 14 from cancer. Both of them passed away from cancer. So I felt destroyed, because I'm like, "Grandma, you told me you was gonna be here. You told me, like." But at a young age, I can't process it. Now I'm older, I get it. It was beyond her. Like, it was her time to go. But I was down at that point in my life. Just being 14 years old. Now I'm in high school now. I don't really have no, woman or motherly figure in my life to help me navigate and how to speak to women, deal with women, how to just, like, my dad, we just men, like, bro.
Right.
Man up. What you talking about? Why
you crying?
Why you crying? So I can't even have a sore spot right now, So that's tough for me. All that is bottled up in me, and I just found myself doing different things there. Now that's when I get into little illegal activities and, doing different things that I know that's not me. I wasn't raised to be that way.
Right.
But, that's when you in dark moments and you don't really know how to express yourself verbally, you start expressing yourself, through certain actions. So,
okay. Okay, and not to get too into, but because I know a couple of students at my job, their parents passed away, and they're scared or they don't know. What would you recommend somebody young that's going through a similar situation?
Honestly, they got to go to counseling and therapy, because I never went to counseling therapy for my mother. My grandmother passed away. I wish I would have. Now I'm older, I'm dealing with certain things, and I'm like, I wonder why I'm dealing with certain things, but when people die and you young, like important people like that, you need to be able to have conversations with people that's going to help you cope through this. Too many times in our neighborhood, people in our community, people lose parents and, people that's dead to them. And now the next day, you still got to go to work. You still got to go to school. Life is still there. You don't have time to process that. So for anybody that has happened to, take time to process that, go through the proper channels to get that type of attention.
Right.
But on the other side of it, another quote is, you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option.
Wow.
Because a lot of people who have both their parents today, they might say, oh, I don't know what I could do if I lost my mother or my dad. And I felt the same way. I said, I don't know what I'll do if I lose my mother and my grandmother. It happened. And now I'm thriving. You know, I know they looking down on me. They happy with what I'm doing. So when being strong is your only option, you really test your strength and you see how strong you are. So, you know, if anybody that's going through that, you know, you understand that, you know, you are stronger than what you may think you are.
Preach.
Yeah.
Preach. Preach.
Yeah, we at church right now. Absolutely.
Nah.
We go some more.
Some more. We have a little. Yeah, you probably could get like 2, 3 more in.
Did people or a person believe in your vision? Wow. Absolutely. So my dad gonna be happy when he hear this, because he always gonna get credit. He like, yo, why you ain't shout me out? Why you ain't shout me out?
Shout out to you, Pop. Shout out.
I'm the real dad mogul. But I tell you this, right? My father is a single father. He lost his wife, which was my mother, and he had to raise 2 twin boys on his own. And he did it. He put us both through college.
Right.
And anything I ever said I wanted to do, he always told me I could do it. I tell my dad, I want to jump off this roof. All right, let's go. Go back. Make sure you get a good head start, and you can make it. Like, you can make it to the other side of the roof. Like, that's the type of dad he is. Like, he never gonna ever tell us something that we cannot do. And that's one thing I love about him, because I have friends that one of my close friends, he wanted to play football. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yo, he never was able to play football because his mom always told him, no, you need to go get a city job and work because
like,
you got to
pay
the
bills.
Bag.
Yeah.
He like, but I want to play football. Football is not secure. Go get a job. And then that stole his dreams from him, because if he would have had the support from his mom to probably put him in camp and pay for some type of training, he could have been the next Odell.
Right.
He could have been the next Antonio Brown. You never know. So for me, I never had that issue. Anything I tell my dad, he's going to jump through the roof. Let's do it.
Nice.
Yo, Dad, I want to buy this house. I remember when I was writing this book, I said, yo, Dad, I'm about to write me a book. He was like, how you going to do that, son? You producing a movie. You got the real estate going on. You got all these things going on. How you going to have the time? I'm like, Dad, I'm going to take an hour a day, or no matter what, and I'm going to sit here and write on this book. He said, all right, I want to see it. Let's go for it. Let's make it happen.
Nice.
8 months later,
Done.
Unlocking the Boss Code on Amazon. And if I didn't have that support and that belief from that one person, I don't know if I'll be able to, get certain things done. But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out to you. Shout outs.
Yeah. Shout out to my pops, man. What is my biggest fear?
Dun dun dun.
My biggest fear is failure. To keep it 100 with you, I don't want to be a failure.
Okay.
I will die on trying to do whatever I got to do. I don't want to fail, because I grew up and I had old elders in my family who always told me, yo, yeah, do this and do that and do this and do that. And when you young, you listen. But I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But as you get older, you start to see people for what they really are. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hold up, you telling me to go do this, but you never did it.
Right.
What the hell? Why you telling me something you never did? And you failed me. You failed. So for me, I don't want to fail anybody that's coming up under me. I want to make sure that my little nieces, my nephew, my little cousins, my kids, when I do have them, that they could say that, yo, daddy, or, Ramel, Mello, uncle, whatever they call me, he won. He won that life. And it ain't even about money. Winning that life is being in a position to provide opportunity and inspire. If I did that, I won that life, and I don't want to fail at all. So that's my biggest fear.
There you go. Failing, yeah.
Yeah.
One more. This is save the best for last. Pick a good one. No, first of all, you gotta. All right. Yeah, mix
Shake
it up. Like, you just picking. No, we gotta. All right. You probably gonna pick the same paper. Nah, it don't matter. That's the one to be.
You know, it's a special one.
No. I don't. They're all just random.
Nah, did I do a black one already? Yeah. All right, just get this one.
Yeah, look, I gotta fix. Don't worry, I'll come up with a better idea next time.
All right. This one, we can't do this. This one's kind of similar to the other one.
Okay.
Like, what time do you wake up?
Okay, yeah. So I probably, all right. Which one? All right. Yeah, because I think I asked. Did I have two of these things in here? All right, I'll go over that later. Like, wait.
Um, it says, would you have done things differently? If so, what?
Mm,
Uh, I wouldn't do anything differently.
nothing.
I feel like everything happened for a reason. You know, I know God is directing me. So whatever comes my way, I know God put me in position for that, and I can handle it. So I wouldn't do anything differently. I'm happy. I'm blessed. You know, I'm a homeowner. You know, I'm an author. You know, I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. I'm a public speaker. I'm an inspiration, and I'm happy that I'm here. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like. 10, 15 years from now. So I wouldn't do anything differently at this point.
Nice. Woo! I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. So we're gonna just wrap it up. So can you just tell us again who you are, where we could find your platforms? Let us know.
Yeah. So again, thank you. Destined Desires, Francis, I
Ooh,
appreciate you. It's Ramel Nerwels, the young mogul. I'm here unlocking the boss code. You can find that on Amazon, or you can go on my website, mogulhomesolutions.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm giving out
definitely.
free game. Mogul Elite Club on YouTube. Please go subscribe. Instagram, Mogul Lifestyle _
And that's regular
Facebook,
life, right? Li or L?
LI,
All right, all right.
LIF. So regular life. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Young and Wealthy Tour is kicking off next week, Monday at
Woo!
Rutgers University.
How can we get
Go,
tickets?
it's free.
But we just walk in
Go
or
youngandwealthytour.com.
Young and Wealthy Tour?
Go register
Young-
for free. We
Okay.
invested our own money. We traveling. We flying around. We going to university. No, we going to Virginia State University. We going to
What?
Tuskegee
Yes.
University in Alabama. We got Temple University. We got U Albany. I'm going back to my school. I'm hype. I'm
Wow.
ready for it. So we putting up our own money. Our flights, our team transportation to give out a free game. So make sure you take advantage of that Young and Wealthy on youngandwealthytour.com. And I think I hit everything. I think I hit all the buckets. And if you need your credit repaired, restored, you need business funding, I'm your guy. Mogul Credit Institute on Instagram. Email us at management@mogulcreditinstitute.com. And we help you.
Thanks. Thank you
Get you to
so
where you need to be.
much. You're my first guest. Thank you. And guys, this is my second episode. Check me out, Destin Desires _ on Instagram. And if you have any questions you would like me to add to my bowl, because look, as you see, I had a repetitive kind of question. Just email me, destindesiresllc@gmail.com, and write me a DM. See you guys.